Welcome to the DTC Insider podcast, where online business owners come to find actionable tips and tactics to grow their businesses. Now, here's your host, Brian Roisentul.
Welcome to another episode of the DTC Insider podcast. I'm Brian Roisentul, your host, and today we have another tactical episode, and we are going to cover a topic that is really, really important, but I don't hear a lot of people talk about that. And it's something that starts with a question, actually. Do you really know who your customers are? And before you even say, this guy went crazy, of course I know who my customers are. Listen up. Most brands I have met through my agency, BSR Digital, and I have that agency since 2013, so it's a lot of people I met and brands since that time. And most brands I met through the podcast, which I started in 2021, and recording over 200 episodes and talking with many, many founders, every single week. I can tell you confidently that many brands I have met don't define the ICPs or the ideal customer profiles, avatars by personas who their customers are, basically the right way. They define them out of thin air. Instead of doing something simple yet powerful that I'm going to address in a minute. Before that, I'm going to give you context. In this era we are living in, you're most likely acquiring customers through either or both paid ads, email marketing, and organic content. If you're doing paid ads or the other two, who are you talking to? What do they care about? What are their pain points, challenges, wants, needs, desires, internal reasons to buy, not only the external ones? So it's like, I'll rewind, and it's like, who are you talking to? What are you telling them? When we talk about paid ads specifically, back in the day before iOS 14 in 2021, when we lost tracking, let's say, we got away with, let's say, simple average ads. Why? Well, because we used to target laser-targeted audiences. We used to pick this interest and this, and it was perfect. So an average message did the trick. Now it's the opposite. We target broad audiences, and the message needs to be laser-targeted, not the audience. So how on earth are we going to define a laser-targeted message if we don't know who we are talking to? And you may say, sure, Brian, but I know that I have a beauty brand for women, and it's women buying that, women that want to take care of their skin because it's a skincare brand. I don't know. Yes, but that's too broad. I mean, you need to go deeper. So one way to do it, or the way to do it, is asking your customers, So asking your customers, it could be a direct ask, or it could be an indirect ask. It could be an offline ask, and it could be an online ask. So I'll give you a few examples. Sending email surveys. Let's say you have an email list and you don't have a clue, or you don't have enough insights, or let's say current insights about your audiences, because what was valid 5 years ago might not be valid because your brand evolves, your products evolve, and your audience evolves too. So you need to be humble about it and ask them, a few relevant questions for them to ask. You can call your customers as well. And by the way, it's not something that small brands do. It's something that I have witnessed that 8 and 9-figure brands do to this day in 2025, right? So you can do it in different ways. A way that I like is defining 3 groups of people to call. Those who have never bought, but are in your list for some reason. They have subscribed, etc. So you can call them and ask them why they have never bought, or which brands are they buying and why they don't consider you, what they value, etc. Then you can define the group number 2, which could be the customers who bought once but never again. They are lapsed, so they did give you the, let's say, a vote of trust, but then they never came back. So why is that? Is it because something in your brand didn't do well? Is it because of lack of quality, or is it because they just didn't need something like that any longer? The second group is your VIP. The third group, is the VIP, right? Those who bought multiple times and stand out. If you say, these are my most loyal customers, call some of them and ask them, because from them you're going to get a lot of roses, you're going to get a lot of golden nuggets too. But from the other two groups, you're going to get the hard truth, why I never bought from you, why I bought and never came back. But it's also good to know what they value, they VIP, so you can get more to be like them, right? So reading through reviews, going through the reviews, both the bad and the good ones, it's something that I cannot even tell you how valuable it is. And sure, yes, you can use ChatGPT to find patterns and you can go through many of them manually, but let's face it, if you have 10,000 reviews, 100,000 reviews, 5,000 reviews, 2,000 reviews, or even 1,000 reviews, you're not going to go through each of them consciously. And so if you want to do it, go for it. Otherwise, you can get, you can read some randomly, a few bad, a few good, etc. But the best thing I can recommend is that you can actually download or export the reviews, put that with a good prompt on ChatGPT and find patterns. What people say, like the good, the bad, and the ugly about product, what they say about the experience, if it's for them or for somebody else, what they value, pain points, objections related to price, you name it, you can play with the prompt. But the important thing is that you identify patterns that are useful for actually understanding what your customers want or don't want. And then you can ask some, the right questions in post-purchase surveys. For those who are not familiar with this, it's basically when in the thank you page, when somebody just bought, they see the thank you page. There are many tools, free and paid, that allow you to embed a survey. Let's say you can include 3 questions. How long have you known us before buying for the first time? What other brands did you consider before choosing us? Why did you choose us over other brands? Or are you buying for yourself or somebody else? Again, choose a few relevant questions that are relevant to your business, right? So if you're trying to find something out, let's hear it from them. You can actually get them way more if you have a community as well. If you have your own community, a Facebook group, Slack, Skull, etc., you can actually ask them things that you want to know. You can do polls. But if you really, really do this job and do it well, you will thank me later, because you can actually unlock so many insights to improve your product, to improve your website, to improve your marketing in general, your ads, your organic content. Because if you want to trigger people into action, you need to understand, let's say, what they need and how they need it. So instead of keep guessing, start asking. Thank you.
This episode was brought to you by BSR Digital. We help DTC brands grow through paid ads and email marketing campaigns. If you'd like us to help your business grow, head on over to bsrdigital.com and schedule a call with us.